eyes that are brighter than the summer skies. When you see them, you realize why I love my sweet Lorraine. Now when it's raining.
I'm Lorraine Brown, and my name was chosen by my dad. He was in World War II, never did go abroad, and he said there was a beautiful little song at the time called My Beautiful Alsace Lorraine, and it's a sweet little song. And Marie is for my mother, who is Marie, and Marie is also French for Mary. I am the eldest of 6 children. Marie Angela Francis was my mother, Francis, and the middle name was Angela. And my dad was Victor Joseph Giroux, Giroux. However, when he went into business for himself, they called him Mr. Giroux and Giroux, and he changed the name of the company to Gero, Giro, and had to have that registered, I believe, in the Capitol in Montpelier, Vermont. We had a very good life. We had the most wonderful parents. I realize the older I get, and I will be 91 years old in March. This is January 30th, 2013, and in about 6 weeks, is it, I will be 91 years old. So I've had a good life, even though I was my mother's smallest and first baby. I'm outliving some of my family now. They were 2 boys and 4 girls. I'm Roman Catholic, and my parents were Roman Catholic, and so were my grandparents. And we did start out, though, I started at school, and the first 3-4 years were in the elementary school. Oh, it was a pretty good little walk for us. And the eldest of 6, as I said. And when our priest, Father Plamondon, decided, and that was not a wealthy neighborhood, but somehow we got together the money for a Catholic school, and it was close to the church, and I started there in my 4th grade, I believe, and it was a French-speaking church, and our family spoke French the first years. They didn't want us to lose the French, and they would speak, when I was small, in French and English. Of course, they couldn't hide from us when they had secrets. We understood if they said it in French. But I went to then got enrolled in the Catholic school. It was pretty expensive during the Depression, but my folks tried hard. And I went there, and so my brothers and sisters, as they came along, they also attended St. Anthony's Church and School. And I knew my father was a devout Christian. One night I happened to go to their room, and my dad was on his knees, and that's something I'll never forget. He was on his knees saying his prayers, that grown man. And he was very imaginative. Mother was shy and sweet. She was married when she was only 16. Dad was 24. And one time he was courting my mother. She saw him in a parade of men. At the end of the war, they had a parade in Burlington, Vermont, where we lived. And one of her friends pointed out the Giroux brothers. There were several in the parade. And she then later introduced them, my father and mother. And he fell for her, as I said, age 24. So one day, my mother's father, who was a very strict man, had a talk with my grandpa, and said, you know, what are your intentions about Marie? And she had never been out with anyone before. And Dad said, I love her. He said, well, in French, you know, ce qui traîne se salit. And that means that which drags gets dirty. And my dad said, well, I'd love her. I'd love to marry her. So then he felt he had permission. And he asked my mother, and she said yes. She was 16. By the time she was 30, she'd had 6 children, complete hysterectomy, and all her teeth she lost.